the knife defense techniques, the first thing we want to do is get in a knife position, a knife awareness position in the street. One is take your right hand, bring it across your body, across your chest, so you're protecting your vitals, your heart, hopefully a little bit more of your lungs, your ribs. Keep it tucked in. Don't leave it out to the side. This particular hand is also known as the sacrifice hand or the alive hand. We're going to be blocked with our front hand. On our 2 uppercut thrusts, our blocks are like this. Our hand is parallel to the floor at the beginning of the movement. Do not bring it out to the side. We form a block here, and if you notice from the front position, I'm getting my backside out of the way. The reason why is the knife may be longer. You might have a short knife, you might have a longer knife. All right, so you might block a short knife here, but a longer knife would cut you. So on the first move, I'm going to demonstrate the block. Sensei Kevin is going to be attacking with the upper knife thrust. I'm going to bring my hand down and blocking at the forearm. From in here, my alive hand, which is a Y position here, comes down and counter grabs the sensei's knife. From in here, drive the knife back into your adversary. Sorry, I didn't hit you there. I'm blocking, come underneath, turn, note step, shuffle. Use both hands if you can, and shuffle and drive the knife in. Notice my head's this side, because if you hit somebody in the gut, they're going to bend forward. Imagine what it's going to be like to get stabbed. His head's going to come forward. I don't want that head coming into my nose or my face. Okay, from in here, I'm blocking and I'm striking. You can do that a little quicker. Exactly. Block, strike. Now, this block hurts like heck. So, bam, catch it. Now, number 2, the guy's coming maybe a little bit of an angle on this strike. Okay? Maybe a side angle, a little uphill on a side angle. This time I'm blocking the same, but my hand must swing up in this position very rapidly. I'll show you why. As sensei comes in, I'm blocking and bring the hand up. Notice my other hand reinforced. His elbow's pointing up. It's extremely difficult for him to pull that elbow back. A little pressure won't happen. If, on the other hand, the hand or the arm is in this position, and I ask elbow the sensei to be done. But when the elbow's pointing up, it's a realignment of the muscle groups. It just doesn't work as well. So, on my first move, I'm going to block, get it up. I bring this hand up because I don't want to bring this around and, oh, God, that actually hurt. All right. You don't want to swing this into your head. My other hand comes up and checks it. Do you see? Now, if you can see the back angle, let's do it this way. A little bit on an angle here. Come in, it's 45. If you notice, the knife is well behind me. This hand slides up to the karate chop here, and I sit down by bending my knees, not by bending forward. Break the arm. Knee. Knee. Point your elbow straight up. Pile drive into the ground. From in here, you can either take the knife out of his hand or shuffle back and snap his shoulder blade. We're going to demonstrate this again from a side angle, so you'll see some of the other intricacies. From here, I'm going to block and bring it up quickly. Notice the check. It's important. My ridge hand now sits right on above his elbow. Bend the knees. Sit down, snap his arm. Hold his head. I got great control of his arm. 1 knee, 2 knees. Point your elbow straight up. Pile drive him down. Take his arm. You can bend it up or just disarm. Do whatever ending you want. If you tilt that down a little more. If you shuffle back, you can snap his shoulder. Okay, so there it is. That's number 2, and that is our uppercut with a slight angle. One more time, please. A little quicker. Block up. Again, a little quicker. Block up. Break the arm. 1, 2, pile drive down. Technique's finished. Okay, our next technique is our overhead knife. Now, again, we'll change that. On this first move here, from a position, we're going to step off. Our hands are going to come up in this angle. Now, notice my right hand. See how it's like a rising block, but more of a peak of a roof. This is going to guide his action down to the side of it. If I'm not careful, it's going to cut my leg. So my other hand assists and pull it over into his own thigh, his own groin. Palm, elbow, tiger. Switch, reach hand. Switch, choke, or hit, or both. And then you can step in with your last move. Pull him over your thigh, over your leg. Hammer fist to the sternum. Again, the first couple of moves are important because if I'm not careful with this other hand, the knife is going to continue down into my thigh. Oh! You see what I'm talking about? So, block and guide. So it goes into his thigh. Lift him up with a palm elbow. Come right down with an elbow claw. Switch your hands. High goes low, low goes high. I catch him with a lifting forearm ridge hand. Pinning the knife in place. Come back, switch the hands again. Low hand goes high hand goes low. Hit. Now I'm ready to take him down. One more time on my switch. This time I check the knife again, but I'm coming in with a throat grab. Step, boom! And I kick Sensei right in the heart, sternum area. Got a nice reverse web hand choke to the throat. Okay, let's take a look at it from another angle. I think Sensei from this angle might be the best for us here. So from in here, block, lifting elbow, tiger heel, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, bomb, and just catch him. Notice I got a nice choke to his throat. How's that feel, Kev?
Not good.
Now, this time we're going to do a backhand slash. So we're starting off with our basic position here. As Sensei comes in, you can double block, catching into them. Quickly grab and control the arm and drive a right knee into the man's thigh. Now, when you take this knee, don't plant back. Knee, put it down close to your next foot. Because I want my forward foot, my left foot, to step off to this zone of sanctuary, this corner of the room. And as I do that, my hand crane necks. And when I step, this hand forces a knife right close back to the throat. And you saw how that just kind of worked. Now, when Sensei's drop that down a little more. When Sensei's on the ground, he can still kick me. Kick me with this. Do you see? He can still defend himself. What I got to do is turn him on his side. I do that by lifting and kicking his elbow. You see how I got him on the side? Now I can break his arm right now, right here. Okay? I can finish up with a multitude of moves. I can step across, sandwich my legs, and break his arm this way. You see, and end up with the knife. But we're not. We're going to kind of do a real basic movement here. Back up, Sensei. We'll start again from the backhand, slashing a knife technique. Block knee, put it down, slash his face. From here, just knee and punch. Now what I've done is I simply transferred, twisted his wrist, make sure the knife's out of the way, right punch, right knee. Now I have the move. Okay? Real sweet ending on that. Okay? And that's what we put on the manual. Let's watch that again from another angle. We'll do slight angle here, Sensei. Backhand. Block, knee, put it down, slash his face. I got to get him on his side. Pull, kick his elbow, turn him on his side. He can't kick me now. Reverse. Notice I'm twisting his wrist. Aya! Drop the knee right onto his rib. Punch him in the head. From here, it's very easy to disarm and have the adversary's knife. Okay, let's try it one more time from another angle. We'll try from the backhand here, Sensei. Block, knee, put it down, hook the face, turn him on his side. Right here, I can break his wrist, break his elbow. Transfer, bam, or just knee and punch like we end up in the manual. Okay, our next one is going to be a forehand slash. What I want to do is I want to get inside the radius of his attack and pick it up with an outside chop block here. But My other hand's going to be striking and hitting my adversary on the side of the head with a palm heel strike to the ear. What I'm trying to do is break the guy's eardrum, but there's more to it. Let me just start the first move. Slash, please. And I hit. Now, as soon as I hit, let's face this way, Sensei. When I hit, I'm turning his head to the side. Can you see how I shifted his head to the shoulder here? And I've already hit his ear with enough force to break his eardrum. See? Now, as soon as I step with my right foot and I catch him, I'm going to swing the other foot around and throw him to the ground. Now I'm in the position as before. I don't want to get kicked by this guy. So what I want to do is get him on his side. I just pull him up, kick the elbow. He's on the side. How you want to finish is up to you. You want to drive the knee down? Fine. If you want to take the knife out of his hand, it's yours. You can slash or you can control. Since I have control of this man, I can actually kind of use that to get him up or sit him down, go in different forms of locks. Stand up, finger lock, sit down, follow me. And you have your control moves with your finger. You control his fingers, and you're controlling him with your elbow as well. Okay? A lot of different endings on that. We're going to come back and do that again. Slash. Well, I can't keep the momentum going. Get him up on the side. Now he can't kick it. Aya! Finish. Disarm. There's your technique. We're using a wood practice knife, which is based on a style of knife called the commando knife from World War II. It is sharpened on both sides. On this side, this wood one, of course, is not, but the Scottish Fairbrae knife, the one that was used in World War II, is sharpened on both sides. So the person's holding the knife in this position, so the blades are pointing up and down. There is a different technique if the blades are sideways. I'm not going to demonstrate today. It's under a manual. I'll cover that another time, but it's in this position. Now, as Sensei's grabbing me, what I want to do, it's on my throat, so I want to create a little space by leaning back. My right hand is going to chop the inside of his wrist. My left hand simultaneously is chopping at the blade, at the bottom of the knife, right here. And my hands are going to make an extremely large X in the corners of the room, the zones of the sanctuary. So, bam! So I'm going to get my neck out of the way, bam, and cross. I'm going to immediately open up in here. So I'm going to go, bam, I'm going to actually step in with my left foot. And this hand's going to come back and circle around his arm, so I trap it, because I may not disarm it, all right? He may still hold that. So from in here, what I want to do is, one, come back and grab, hit the guy to the body, and notice when my head's out of the way, bam, bam, and pile drive him down to the ground again. Now, if the knife, and hold it really, really, really tight. If you don't get the disarm, my outward exploding right hand here is going to encircle his arm. So from my hold here, bam, oh! Did you see how I wrapped it and got it? So you can't pull back and slash me. But by then I've already hit him, elbow right to the face. Bam, bam, and drop down. And we're going to teach the elbow on this one, Sensei. Okay? So again, we're going to do both. First, if I don't get the grab, then bam, to the belly first, elbow. Belly first, elbow. Now when I grab, this is a hit. I bring him around with a forearm hit. Bam, bam, pile drive to the ground. Now, when I hit Sensei Kevin, my hand comes around and I hit with the forearm, my wrist whips around, and my hand naturally goes, let's get close to the mirror. Here we go. I go and grab under this ear here. There's a set of nerves, and it's really painful. I don't mean to hurt you here, Kev, but I'm controlling with my forearm. I'm rotating his head. So, again, hold on. We're not going to let go because we don't want to hit the camera, okay? So go 1, 2, bam, hit, bow! Come back, drive his head down. 1, 2, I always like doubling up on my knees, pile driving straight to the ground. Technique is over. If you pull it off right, correctly, and you're quick enough, you will get the disarm. Same ending though. You drop them down. Okay? So there's our disarm from the front, from the throat. Now, remember when you teach this, major X's won't work otherwise. Major X's on the 45-degree angles. Immediately open up and snake this hand around. in practice, you'll notice when I snake my hand around, I'll catch Sensei Kevin, right at the elbow joint. What it does is it prevents him from pulling that arm back. See, when you're working with a knife, whatever block you do, you got to remember there's a forward action and there's a reverse action. If you don't control that guy's elbow, he's going to be able to pull that back. That's why in our previous techniques, we saw that immediately I went for this, and immediately I went for this, because he can't pull the elbow back. See? I can break the elbow. We showed that earlier. So in a knife fight, and same with a gun, you want to control that elbow so he can't get a reverse slash. There's our throat strike. Okay? Our last one is a very difficult one, and this is a do or die one. We're going to go this direction, Sensei. It's here. What I want to try to do is sneak my right hand up, whatever one I can get up closest. This one he's going to see because he's here. Duck my head and immediately drive this into the guy's body. No stepping. We're going to change knives here, Kev, because I don't want to...
Sensei, thanks.
Yeah. I want you to gut you with the wood knife. The wooden commando knife here. What I want to do is slow motion now, just with my body, is turn. I'm getting this off of my throat. And the worst case I'm going to get is cut here. You see? But it's a do or die. This hand has to come from the inside if possible can. But I got to get my body moving first. One. Now I take my step, drive the knife into the guy's gut, and then lift the knife up. That guts him. Very difficult technique, very dangerous technique. As I said, this is when you have no options. The knife is against your throat, so you're definitely going to get cut somewhere. But duck! Get the knife in him, cut. That's it.